Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for more EU4 Army of Leos Gilvin. Hey, Shu, I just had this talk with you about this. Odds of royal marriage? There's been a revolt. Suppress them. Suppress. Slaughter. Maim, kill, destroy. Alright, North Pyongyang. And so that completes the Korean course, at least. Now we still have the overseas Chinese regions, but, you know. Thankfully, with Korean being accepted culture and all, it helps. Shouldn't Mecca have, like, 3 satanic goddesses? Yeah. It's something like that. I don't actually know. Everyone in the chat's busy talking about the birth of Islam. Up to 18 on the naval force limits. It's not too terrible. Alright. So, we could attack Wu now. No, Wu is now allied with Shu. Well, I mean, I guess we could still attack them. With the fort of Nanjing, I mean, we'd be looking to push and take these two provinces if we can, so. This region here, we'd say. That wouldn't be a bad thing to have. It would effectively cement our control over the Hangzhou node. Yeah, an extra 20 or so power wouldn't be totally bad. Well, it would be more than 20 power, wouldn't it? 20 plus the provinces, so close to 23, 24 power. Just as a shift. Wouldn't give us total control, but it would be helpful. Excellent. Animism continues to spread. Alright. We must continue converting away the Muists. We will destroy their religion and replace it with our own. Do you think there should be culture conversion over time? If you have province for X for 200 years, it's your culture, for example. Kind of. I don't think it can be that simple of a system either. Like, I think adjacencies matter, for example. I also think, I think there needs to be, like, a policy of laws, you know? And rules. Like, depending on how much you try and culture convert. And each culture needs a sort of resistance to it. Right? Yeah, like, each culture would need its own little resistance value. Like, the Finns, for example, didn't have their own country until, like, the 1800s. Yet they had and continued to exist as a distinct culture, under both the Swedes and the Russians. And that's sort of the amazing thing. So yeah, the rest of this... Huainan, I apparently can. Qingzhou cannot. Odd. Why do the Emishi live? Because I'm too lazy to exterminate them. Well, we're actually already coming on to Tech 14. Noted. So, I feel like a more complicated system in general needs to be modeled for culture conversion. I just feel like there are certain cultures, like the Greeks, the Egyptians, who are just amazingly resilient to cultural conversion. Like, the Romans walked into Egypt, and they became Egyptian. It wasn't the other way around, right? So, I feel like it needs to be done on a sort of culture-by-culture basis, and all that. It's far too complicated to get into that, like, making a dedicated conversation about it, which isn't worth having right now. So we'll do that later, sometime. Head to Allah. Good. Yeah, the Emishi are tolerated. As a general rule, I don't exterminate cultures that are accepted. Emishi and Ainu are cultural union, so Korean is acceptable. I have no problem with this. Korean makes up 33% of my country at this point. Like, actually, they have more. There's more Koreans than there are Japanese right now. Cultural Marxists will be, but all cultures are equal. Truth be told, they aren't. Each culture has its own unique aspects, some of which may be worth adopting into your own culture to create a better culture. But without question, almost all cultures on the planet have things that need to be discarded to improve it. But that's political. Let's not get into it, okay? Let them handle it. I need all the admin points I can get my hands on these days. With, you know, constant one fucking goddamned admin monarchs coming my way. It's terrible. Ugh. The thing about... No, Vietnam. That's what I think should be in the game. Not what is in the game. So it looks like Shu is finally starting to shoo away the animists. Hey? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough with bad puns. So we're actually managing to hold on to our little exclave in China. It's doing okay. It's holding on. We're getting much more Lebensraum from it as well. Hangui. Yeah, I guess we have to start converting there, don't we? Wood. So now we have all the Korean in. I like to point this out, but the Korean is actually the cultural majority. Well, every culture has a minority in this empire, but Korean, we have more Koreans than we have anything else at this point. 33.6%. That is kind of ridiculous. Just kind of ridiculous. No way. Would a pop system like Victoria 2 ever fit in EU4? Yes. Yes, it would. I would love to see it in EU4, personally. I think it's an excellent system that should be translated to other Paradox games. It's immensely complicated, however, and it will need some modifications, but it would totally work in EU4. Alright. So how's our inflation doing? I hate looking at the number, but up to 7%. It's not critical until 20%. At that point, we just kind of start losing the game. Like, it gets kind of bad then, but, you know. So I think once the Muists are converted, I may retire the religious policy. For the time being, anyway. I don't know if it's worth it. Alright, so we're on the plus side at least. We've managed to get those cores done. When's our truce with Wei expire? 38, so we actually have some time to build up a few extra monarch points. I mean, there's nothing important between here and Tech 18. But we must reach Tech 18. That's the problem we have. So, Kushan, he used to be powerful, has fallen. Divided up between Desrana and the Western Satraps. Interesting. Like I said, there's nothing but chaos in the world. We must bring stability to it. Or at least this region. It's long and hard wars against the Chinese, though. What was the EU3 population system? Pretty much it was just a... Basically, it was just a thing that increased production as there was more people in the province. Missionary syncretism, or tolerance of the true faith. I will side with the clergy on this one. Anyway, I think I will tolerate the Confucians for the time being. At least for the moment. Yeah. So Wu has now rivaled us. Alright, can we rival them yet? Good. Unfortunately, this is the last year we're going to have that, aren't we? We need to conquer more provinces soon. Yeah, we'll help North Pyongyang out. Good. Alright. As we push through these regions, the last of the Muists should be exterminated. Alright. Out of curiosity, what is Wei's idea? Like, did they take religious? Because they don't seem to be converting. They don't have any ideas yet, to be correct. Also, militarily, we are fourth, and administratively, we are second. Interesting. We are proving to be quite powerful. Although diplomatically, apparently, we're shite. Alright. Alright, not bad. So, we need... Ooh, yearly inflation. Don't mind if I do. That kind of helps a lot. Like, a lot. I mean, it's still not enough to beat it out, but inflation has changed by 0.01% per year now. It's much more manageable. Oh no, the Holy Roman Empire has been dismantled. It now passes into the annals of history. That... I'm not going to try and spoil what happens in Europe yet, but... What happened to you, John Mayan? You're still Catholic. You got an interregnum. Carry on. Just checking. They got an interregnum. Well, I mean, the Empire is in at the start of the game for because of engine purposes. But yeah. That's okay. That is okay. Alright. So, do we get a new idea? Don't mind if I do. Military education. Yearly army tradition decay reduction. Which is good because it starts at 6% per year. So, it's an improvement. No, I don't think I actually want my monarch or heir to live for a particularly long time. I should make them generals. The first one who comes in with, you know, like 5 or 6 admin, I will fucking keep him alive as long as I can. The rest I don't care about. Alright. So yeah, the HRE's gone forever now. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but... Oh well. I mean, it's a pretty rare sight for the schism to even happen. I mean, I can remod in the HRE if it comes down to it. It's possible. I have the skills. Like, I can edit the save game and rebirth the HRE. It's doable. I'm not worried about it. So if it comes to... So if a schism happens, I will actually do that. But it's pretty rare for schisms to happen. Like, the Catholic and Orthodox schism just rarely, if ever, happen. The best administrators are the best conquerors, basically. Alright. Very good. Not bad. We're slowly covering Japan in glorious monuments, which is always nice to see. Yes, Ultracept. I am. So, truce with you ends soon. Wei is even allied to Shu now. Wu is no longer allied to Shu, however. Alright. Oh, hey, look at that. We can actually really marry. Yeah, there's no chance in improving relations with them anymore. At least 50 Diplo power. Like, I'd like to get Shu to, you know, well, they would accept an alliance with me. About time. My manpower reserves have recovered as well. Excellent. And we have literally no current missions. Yeah. Excellent. So, the region we're going to go for is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These 6 provinces. That'll give us a pretty sizable chunk of change there. Nice little bread basket for us. Well, not literally, but, you know. Trade goods-wise, there's a bit of silk in there. Actually, a fair bit of silk. Chinaware as well. So that's a good region to have. Silk and Chinaware. Don't mind if I get a hold of that. Not bad at all. We're going to slowly start taking the coastline. It's going to be excellent. Shu has a petty 13k. Good bait. Eh. They probably won't be joining us in the conflict, but Shu actually will join in. Damn. Yeah. Like I said, though, we need to first have a look here. Woo. They have absolutely no manpower at this current time. Well, that's convenient. Although they do have 50,000. We've seen that such things are within the realm of possibility. Do you have any one thing besides gold in Japan that you can improve? There's some Chinaware provinces. Those are pretty much worth it, I would think. Like, I would say that the Chinaware provinces are worth improving. Because Chinaware is pretty valuable. It's only 3? That's disappointing. Never mind. I thought Chinaware is more valuable. I think it doesn't become more valuable till later in the game, though. Naval supplies to... Like, iron's the same amount, which is weird. Tea is pretty bad. Cloth is pretty okay. So the answer is not really. I usually don't bother improving production unless their trade good is valued at 4. That's just me personally. 3 might be worth it. Hard to say. That's not silver, that's iron. There is no silver in this game. Although I could see how you get confused. It does look kind of silvery, doesn't it? Although I don't think people make bars of silver. I don't think that's really a thing. Then again, what do I know? There. Yeah. Doesn't largest shareholder of iron be giving you a good army bonus? Well, let's find out. If I go to trade, strategic goods... Well, right now, I get yearly legitimacy. There's nothing from gold. Fish's culture conversion cost reduction. Grain is land force limits. Iron is regiment cost, so not really. Grain would be good. Copper recruitment time reduction. Yeah, not really, huh? So I don't care much for iron or copper. Fish, on the other hand... Just saying. Maybe Nippon needs to produce many fish. On the other hand, are there any more fish provinces around here we don't really own? Well, actually, that's not true. Most of this region is going into Beijing and stuff, so I might be able to get fish control. It might be possible. I think for that I need to extend my empire down to Indochina, though. Wait, one bonus gives an air chance. What was it? Wine? Yeah, that might have been it. Accepted culture. Chance of new air dies, apparently. I actually don't understand why, but apparently. That one I can't explain. That one I can't explain. Alright. But yeah. Fish grain. I mean, we might be able to get iron. Fur, I doubt, unfortunately. We might want to try and get tea if we can. You know? It's not terrible. And most of it's produced in China. Well, enough of it anyway is. Which it reduces advisor cost, making it not awful at all. They produce 65% of it in Wu right now, so if I could acquire enough of the tea, it may help. We shall see, though. At any rate. Dolly Separatists. Good luck with that. I believe it's about time we got to it then, shall we? You do not have siege. Alright, I mean, we can generate 2 more. Alright, roll into the first. Nanjing. Everyone gets a leader today. Alright. We do have that problem, don't we? No, I don't want it. I want the boats, thank you. The Yangtze Delta. Of which we can barely contain. And oh, look at that, Wu Pretender rebels. Did I happen to come at an opportune time? It would appear I did. It's almost as if, though, I knew that they were having a civil war. I had a feeling in my bones. I didn't actually know. It's just strange. It's just like, I feel like now is the right time to attack, and I just attack.